can move on to the reading for today. Okay, so today let's learn about the meaning of the pine tree at the edge of the cliff in the famous parable of the true nature of human existence. Okay, it's on page 59 of the latest book we have, The Purpose of Life. Happiness that transcends old age, sickness, and death. The pine tree at the edge of the cliff. The traveler spots a tall pine tree growing at the edge of the cliff, and for a moment thinks he might escape by climbing it. But he soon gives up the idea since tigers can easily climb trees. The pine tree represents things we usually rely on, such as family, possessions, money, health, abilities, and social status. All are important in life, but being blessed with them does not allow us to escape the specter of death. The Buddha hinted at this truth by telling another story. A rich man had 3 wives. He doted on the first wife and catered to all her wishes, making her warm if she was cold and cooling her off if she was hot. Thanks to him, she lived in utmost luxury and was never out of sorts. Though less fond of the second wife, he had gone to great lengths to win her, even fighting off other suitors, so he kept her always at his side and made sure she never strayed. Wife number 3, he loved just to the extent that he summoned her when he felt lonely, sad, or troubled. Eventually, the man developed an incurable disease and took to his bed, trembling in fear at the thought of his approaching death. He sent for his first wife, confessed how lonely he felt, and asked her to accompany him on his journey to the next world. She said bluntly, "Accompanying you in death is the one thing I cannot do." This curt response left the man deeply wounded. He felt as if he had been pushed into an abyss of despair, but his unbearable loneliness made him decide to swallow his pride and ask the same favor of his second wife. Her answer was no less cold. "Your first wife, the one you are so crazy about, turned you down, didn't she? Well, I'm not interested either. You chose me, but I never chose you." Nervously, the man appealed to his third wife, but to his surprise, she also turned him down. "I can never forget how good you have been to me, so I will go with you as far as the edge of the village," she said. "But that's the best I can do. After that, you are on your own." Okay, so up to here for today. This is a very famous parable by the Buddha about the 3 wives. And every time I tell this, many people, they say, "Why can a man have 3 wives?" It's a story to illustrate a point. So let's not get distracted and stay focused on the main point. So, the main point, and what I want all of us to meditate on, each of these 3 wives actually is symbolic of something in our own lives. So think about what is the first wife symbolizing in our own life. It's the rich man took best care of the first wife. He always made sure that she was comfortable. And if she was hungry, he would bring her food. Um, if she felt cold, he would turn on the heater and things like that. So think about that. And then the second wife, he had to go through troubles to obtain her and marry her because she was very beautiful and stylish, and many other men were after her as well. But still, he got rejected by her when it was time for him to die. And then the third wife, he would only go to her when he was depressed or lonely. But still, she couldn't be of support for him at the end of his journey. Yeah, so let's think about it and we will cover it in the meetups at some point. So good job for being here, everybody. As I mentioned earlier, we're gonna listen to a recorded lecture at 6 p.m. tonight, Pacific. It's Takam Sensei's lecture about Shukuzen, goodness from the past, good from the past. And actually it's Q&A, so some people are asking him questions. It's a most recent lecture by Takamura Sensei, who is 96 years old. So his voice we can hear in Japanese, and they worked very hard to add the English subtitles to the screen, each screen. So tonight, 6 p.m. in Morita Sensei's Zoom. If you don't know what it is, please ask me, and have a wonderful Friday. Oh, we also have Purpose and Meaning Lab at 3. So have a wonderful Friday, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.